Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel. Here is the latest update about Oak Island treasure. Rick Lagina with his brother Marty Lagina makes a big statement. Rick Lagina said, "We are so close to find that piece of gold, which is not even a gold or an ancient piece." He says, "I would be worth of more than $1 million, only a 300 gram. This statement is huge." On the other side, Gold Rush miners rejected that statement and saying that it's impossible. Oak Island treasure hunters are saying this only because of their fame. At the age of 11, Rick used to go to the local library once a week. On one such visit, he picked up and read the January 1965 edition of Reader's Digest. He came across an article about Oak Island, which mentioned the legend of the treasure supposedly buried there, including details about the famed money pit. From that moment on, Rick was hooked and became obsessed with uncovering the mystery. Marty was also interested in Oak Island, but was more skeptical than his older brother. However, Marty wanted his brother to achieve his lifetime goal, and so he put up the majority of the money to purchase the stake in Oak Island Tours Inc. In 1995, Marty sold the company to CMS Energy for around $60 million. With the proceeds, he purchased shares at Twell Properties LLC, making him the main shareholder. He also used some of the money to start a new company in 2004 called Heritage Sustainable, a clean energy provider. The company has grown to become one of the largest providers of renewable energy in the state of Michigan and one of the largest wind turbine companies in the Midwest. Also in the early 2000s, he set up another company in Michigan, this time focused on wine production. What began as a 3-acre winery called Row 7, it has now expanded to become Villa Marie Vineyards, with over 60 acres of vineyards. Rick, like his younger brother, Rick was born in Kingsford, Michigan. He would go on to become a U.S. postal worker before retiring and taking up the hunt on Oak Island. A fiercely private man, nothing much else is known about his life past or present. In 2006, Rick and Marty purchased a 50% stake of Oak Island Tours Inc., the company that owns the island, with Oak Island resident Dan Blankenship retaining the other 50%. That was when their treasure hunting days began. Before that, the brothers had two very different careers. Marty, born in Kingsford, Michigan, Marty studied science and mechanical engineering at Michigan Tech. After graduating in 1977, he went on to work for the Amoco Production Company, a major oil firm. Whilst working as an engineer for them, he gained a degree in law from the University of Michigan in 1982. He then went on to found his own company, Terra Energy Limited, which became a pioneer in natural gas extraction. As a result, the company became one of the biggest shale gas operators in Michigan state, at less than 1 mile long and 1,000 feet wide. The tiny island of Oak Island in Nova Scotia has played host to the world's longest-running and most expensive treasure hunt. Americans Rick and Marty Lagina are the latest treasure hunters to take up the challenge and so far have spent nearly a decade searching on the island. Their progress has been documented on the history show The Curse of Oak Island, which in January will enter its 10th series. The show has been a huge global hit and has amassed a large fan base, raising the profile of the Lagina Brothers. With such fame comes public curiosity, and so we set out to answer some of the most Googled questions about the Lagina Brothers. What is the Lagina Brothers? Net worth. Rick, multiple online sources value Rick's net worth at around $2 million, the majority of which has been earned since The Curse of Oak Island began back in 2014. Marty. Before the TV show began, Marty was estimated to have a net worth of around $60 million. However, the success of the show has led to most estimates growing to as much as $100 million. How much have the Lagina Brothers spent on Oak Island? It's hard to know for sure since the sum that Rick and Marty paid to gain a 50% share of Oak Island Tours Inc. has always been undisclosed. However, estimates have been made about how much they spend on their drilling and digging operations each year. The brothers were granted their treasure trove license back in July 2010.
Here. Being a purely summer endeavor, since the Nova Scotia winters make digging near impossible, the brothers have currently had 8 summers searching on Oak Island. They're known for using sophisticated technology and bringing in global experts to aid in their quest, none of which come cheaply. The amount they've spent has also clearly increased over the years, with the curse of Oak Island showing bigger and better tech coming onto the island every year. The massive drilling rigs, worth hundreds of thousands if not millions of dollars, which are getting even bigger for Series 6, are by far the most expensive pieces of equipment that the brothers have brought onto the island. The excavators and diggers they've used to shift the earth come in a close second. What are the biggest finds on the curse of Oak Island, up until the end of Series 5? The brothers have uncovered a number of historically significant items. In Series 1, after draining a man-made swamp, they discovered a Spanish 8 Maravedis coin dating to 1652. In the same series, they also found some non-indigenous fibers, discovered after they dove into Smith's cave. This discovery